All right, start off. Here's your first at-home workout. All right, we'll start with the warm-up first. The first part of the warm-up is going to be 30 seconds of each movement of groiners, dive bomb push-ups, sumo inchworm, Cossack squats, Samson lunge, air squats, and then straight leg sit-ups. Terrence is going to demo each one of those for us, just kind of go over. I know we're all familiar with it. So starting off with that groiner. Okay, starting stepping that foot to the outside of the hand, hips down, chest up. Spend about 3 to 5 seconds on per side for the 30 seconds. Then we go into dive bomb push-ups. Starting off in that plank, pushing up, exactly. Pushing down in a full push-up, down to that big pike with hips in the air. Straight line from the hips to the hands. All right, 30 seconds of that. It's quality, not quantity on these. Then we're going to sumo inchworm. All right, so it's that wide base with the feet. We inch down to right below, and then we inch all the way out into a plank. All right, and if you're able, go ahead and throw in a push-up for me as well. And then we're gonna inch our way back in here. All right, stand all the way back up, so get that posterior going as well. And then keep going through that for 30 seconds. Cossack squats, maintaining this wide stance. He's literally squatting from side to side, okay? Keeping that foot flat on the ground on the side he is squatting to. Then we're going to Samson lunge. All right, big, all right, stretch overhead as we lunge out, 3 to 5 seconds per side on each one of these. The overhead stretch is super important in this part right here. Making sure we're clasping hands above head and then stretching out. Lastly, one of the last ones is air squats. All right, squat stance, just beyond shoulder width, sending hips back and down, keeping that core tight. Make sure these are good movements, hanging out down in the first few reps and speeding it up as we go. Last one, straight leg sit-ups. Straight leg sit-ups, the legs are straight out in front of us, CrossFit style, where we are throwing, all right, the hands forward, all right, and trying to reach out towards those toes to get a good stretch at the same time we're warming up our core, all right? Next, we're gonna move on to mobility. We're gonna start off with a minute at each one of these, a child's pose, squat hold, and then a calf/ankle stretch. So with the child's pose, we go down in the child's pose, all right? Knees pushed apart, feet touching, toes touching. Terrence is gonna sit his hips, or reach out in front of his hand, or excuse me, reach out in front of his head, sink his head in between his hands, or his arms. Then he's gonna sink his hips back down towards his heels as much as he can. Gonna hold that position for a minute. After that, we're gonna go into a bottom of the squat hold. If you are able to hold a good bottom of the squat without using a post, all right, you may do that. Is that your ankles?
No, that was me. That was good.
All right, if you can hold a good spot at the bottom of a squat pose with a post, you may use that, or you can just hold this position, kind of like rocking back and forth, side to side, opening up those hips a little bit. Then finally, a good calf or ankle stretch. 2 things we can do for that. The first one is you can use just a hard surface with toe up on the box like that, where we're keeping that leg straight and then leaning into it. Second one would be if you have maybe like a chair at the house, if we put our foot up on that box, kind of stand laterally to it, or actually just like that, where we're gonna push that knee out over that toe, keeping that foot flat on the ground. You can even use the top part of your body or your chest to kind of get a bit deeper stretch than that, okay? Either one is fine, but we just want a minute on each side. Cool? All right, what we got today? 2 workouts. I'm not telling you to do both of them, all right? If you have equipment at home, all right, the only piece of equipment you're gonna need at the house today will be a dumbbell, all right? Prescribed is 50 or 35. Should be something, all right, with the workout style today. We got single arm, dumbbell, hang clean and jerks, 50 lateral jump squats. We'll go over both those movements, but how it goes is you'll do 10 single arm, dumbbell, hang clean and jerks.
5 right side, 5 left side.
Exactly, 5 right side, 5 left side, and then do 50 lateral squat jumps. All right, then you do a 20, 50, 30, 50, 40, 50, 50, 50, all right? A little bit longer style of a workout today. Big thing with this is in the single arm dumbbell hang clean and jerks is you want to try to keep moving with those because you're rotating every 5 reps. So you're really not gonna start breaking until we're about around that round of 30, okay? But it's like a planned break, methodical, not like where you have to rest a long period of time. It's gonna be a shorter rest period where you're actually making sure you're taking a deliberate break, like we're at around 15 or 20, and then picking it up after like about 10-second break. Same thing around a 40 or 50. If you can go unbroken with this prescribed break, great. All right, the big thing on this is gonna be the lateral jump squats, all right? With that, we're gonna demo that movement, and then I'm gonna talk about scaling options with that. All right, but first let's go over the single arm dumbbell hang clean and jerk. So with this single arm dumbbell hang clean and jerk, all right, starts off in between our feet. He deadlifts it all the way up to a stand and in a full extension, all right? And then from here, all right, tight belly, tight core. He pushes hips back, big pop with the hips, all right? Fast elbows, getting that dumbbell up to our side, and then it's gonna be a jerk, quick dip, driving overhead, all right? Making sure we're getting under that dumbbell. As he goes back down, he's keeping it close to his body each and every time. He's gonna go 5 right, if that's his 5th rep coming up right here. Now he's gonna rotate to the other arm and go 5 on his left side, or opposite side with that. Big thing on this is make sure we're dipping and driving, keeping that vertical chest. Our knees are corkscrewing out. Thank you, Terrence, good. with the lateral jump squats. This is exactly how it sounds, okay? What you are going to do is you are going to squat, all right? Go ahead. Squat, you come up from that squat, and then we're jumping laterally over the dumbbell. That's 1 rep, do it again. That's 2 reps, all right? Big thing on this, that's a lot of jump squats, okay? That's over 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 250 jump squats, okay? Which is going to eventually start slowing you down if we're not really smooth with those. So a couple scaling options. First scaling option would be just after the squat, all right? The step over, all right? Third option would be if you wanted just to like take the jump out of it because it's maybe a little bit harder to plyometric, or even the step over because it's slowing you down a lot, just give me a squat. Don't even worry about, all right, that jump or that step over. Finally with this, if you feel like that is a lot of reps, all right, as far as like 250, if you feel like that's gonna be a lot of reps or a lot of squatting for you, think about taking them down by 10 or 30. If you can't get those with consistently moving across and not having to stop and rest a lot, if you can't do that, you want to start dropping the reps by 10 until you're in that time, like in that zone. All right, cool. I feel like this should be a class and wait for the questions,
Yeah.
but it's all right. And as always, if you have questions about this, please comment below and we'll try to answer them as quickly as we can. All right, finally, the no equipment option is we're going up by 5 reps now of 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 of walkouts, and we'll demo those here in a second. And then it's still 50 lateral jump squats after each thing. Or after 5, you go 50, 10, 50, same thing. With the walkouts, it's basically a sumo, or like an inchworm with a push-up, all right? So you're gonna walk out, all right, to that full plank, give yourself a push-up, come all the way back, standing up on each rep, okay? A couple scaling options with this is once you have inched out, you can go to your knees, all right, if you want to, and then do a push-up that way, all right? And then exactly come off and inch back that way, all right? Or if it's one of those things where the push-up is taking you, just kind of like the jump is taking you completely out of it, just give me that inchworm out to that plank position and then inch your way back, okay? As far as the lateral jump squats, this time the only difference between that and the equipment one is that there's no target to jump over. If you wanted a target to jump over, some options would be like something that doesn't move, that lays relatively flat to the ground, no higher than a dumbbell. It could be like a book, a water bottle that's not rolling obviously across it or anything like that. Things like that can give you something to jump over, but the scaling options still apply as far as stepping over or taking the jump completely out of it. All right. If you need any further scaling options or a change in the workout because you can't do one of these movements because of some type of limitation, text or comment below in the comment section, and we will try to help you out as best we can. Thank you, Sawed Off.
Thank you, guys.